Ferris State Journalism Program and Technical Communication programs prepare students in technical writing and other professional forms of writing that most people wouldn't associate. It's not a creative style of writing, it's more of journalism and similar prose styles.
It's a writing program which allows a student who's interested in writing here at Ferris, which we don't have a lot of writing based programs at Ferris, to pursue writing, but to have that opportunity that it's not going to be like a literature type of writing program. There's going to be a more marketable, job-focused writing to this.
It offers students, it's not really a traditional major here at Ferris. You know, when you think of Ferris State, you probably think of pharmacy or dental hygiene. There's a good criminal justice program as well, but journalism's a pretty small program. You get a lot of one-on-one contact with your academic advisor.
Between doing real journalism at a student paper, some internships, and working on real projects at those higher level classes. I think we do a good job of building up the writing skills, the expectations, the standards in the industry. Our classes, most of them are taught by people who have worked in the industry, which I think is also important.
It's a small program, there's about 20 students, something like that, give or take, maybe there's 50, as much as 50. It's really hands-on, it's a hands-on program. Your voice can really stand out and there's a lot of interaction and teamwork and a lot of opportunities to do neat things and cool types of writing.
When I was working with some of the technical writers, I was finding out like, well, I can do that job because I'm decent at writing and I know how to set up a process and to work it through and make it work, and not just on paper but mechanically and everything else as well.
So students learn all kinds of writing styles, journalism the most obvious, and that often attracts many of our students to the program because they're interested in journalism, but what they learn is the types of writing in the professional setting.
I think the real world experience is the number one thing. I don't think you can get real world experience like this in many other majors. You get to work with your peers, you get to work with a lot of different people. I've worked with people as young as 18 and as old as 32 at the Torch. So, I mean, it's a good, diverse learning environment. There's a lot of one-on-one time, everybody knows everybody for the most part, and you can work together. It's a cohesive group for the most part.
I think that Ferris sets people up pretty well to succeed as long as you're like applying yourself and taking what you're learning in the classroom and actually running with it.
They get to use that knowledge hands-on in a way that does prepare them for if they want to get into a similar field such as public relations or journalism when they graduate. Torch is a great example of a place where they can really talk to other people, interact with people outside of school, you know, people who are doing real things in the real world.
It's got a learning lab as well, kind of. You can learn on the job working at the Ferris State Torch. It's a pretty good program just in terms of getting your feet underneath you writing-wise.
It's not a requirement of the program to work at the Torch, but certainly we get a significant number of journalism and technical communication students working at the paper. We're learning something that people have been learning for a long time, and it's really very similar at the core. How to communicate clearly and in a concise way, just basic journalism. You know, we can get all into whether the media is doing a good job, whatever, but journalism at its core is clear, concise communication. And I think it's unique because it kind of stays out of the fray. I mean, if you focus on journalism instead of television or the media or the press, journalism's still a really, really important thing in our country.